Let's talk toys. Let's talk toys.
Let's talk toys, and let's talk one of my favourite franchises of the late 1980s, Visionaries. So what was the concept of Visionaries? Visionaries, Knights of the Magical Light, was a toy line and animated TV series launched in 1987 by Hasbro in partnership with Sunbow Productions and the Japanese animation studio TMS Entertainment. The franchise was built on a high concept blend of science fiction and fantasy, a post-apocalyptic world called Prismos, where technology had failed and magic had returned. Two factions appeared, the heroic Spectral Knights and the evil Darkling Lords, battle for control using magical powers, each represented by an animal totem and a magical staff. What is not to love? Hasbro aimed to replicate the success of their other franchises like G.I. Joe and Transformers by merging an action figure line with an animated series, using the now well-established cartoon as a commercial model. The toy line was incredible. The action figures were around 4.5 inches tall, highly detailed, but the standout feature for me was the holographic chest plates and the staffs showing each of the characters' animal totem or magical power. This was cutting-edge visual technology at the time and central to the brand identity. There were 12 main characters split between the good and evil, along with a few vehicles, also adorned with holograms as well, by the way. The animated series had only 13 episodes, airing in 1987. It leaned into the mythology of the world, fleshing out the character backstories and moral themes. It was world building, and despite strong storytelling, animation quality and a unique concept, the show actually didn't gain enough traction to continue. Hasbro and Sunbow used the cross-media marketing strategy, toys, comic books, etc. The holograms, however, were the main visual hook, playing on kids' fascination with futuristic and mystical imagery. Despite this, though, it struggled in an overcrowded market, competing with longer established brands like He-Man, Transformers and Thundercats. And although short-lived, Visionaries developed a cult following thanks to its rich lore and distinctive visual style. Fans fondly remember it for being ahead of its time in concept and, as I said, world building. In recent years, there were even hints of a Hasbro revival, including a Visionaries cameo in the Hasbro comic universe, and of course a supposed cancelled movie crossover plan with G.I. Joe and other properties. I've been begging for years for us to have a revisited Visionaries line, and I'm so surprised with all of the things that Hasbro offer at the moment. They're not going back to this one, which was kind of one of their big ones in the 80s. Now, I know that it was very short-lived, but it does have a huge cult following. And even now, the figures in good condition reach really high kind of price points. Visionaries was brilliant, though. There was something really unique about it, and I was so disappointed to kind of later learn that it was so short-lived, because I remember it taking up such a big portion of my childhood and my playing and that kind of stuff. I would really love Hasbro to revisit it, or another toy company to take the IP and give us kind of new, maybe 6-inch action figures to kind of stand alongside the likes of our Thundercats and He-Man and Marvel Legends and stuff. What was your favourite 80s toy line? Do let me know in the comments. And were you a fan of Visionaries, or are you still a fan of Visionaries? Do you have any of the original figures on your shelf? And of course, do check out the playlist for some of the other 80s big hitters. Thanks so much for watching.